Example 29a has to do with mixed series. So we are given a question that's asking us calculate the sum of the first 20 terms. That portion of the statement means they're asking us what is S20? That's the question. And then they're giving us the series. Now they're not giving us the normal 3 terms. They're giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terms. And they want the answer correct to 4 decimal places. Okay. What do you notice about this? Obviously, the heading is telling us that it's mixed terms, right? Which means that, or mixed series, which means that you should know already that we are going to have to split it into 2. So if we take this and we identify, let's say, for example, we put all the fractions together. We can have a half, a quarter, an eighth, and a 16th together. And then we can have the whole numbers 1, 5, 9, and 13 together. So if we put those out, we could have one series that could be 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 13 plus ellipsis. That would be the blue part. And then we can have a half plus a quarter plus an eighth plus a 16th. That would be the yellow part. That could be how we split this series. Now, basically, why is this legally allowed? This is allowed because if I say 1 plus 2 plus 3, I can go 1 plus 2 equals 3 plus 3. But I can also go 2 plus 3 equals 5. So I can say 1 plus 5. Or I can say 1 plus 3 plus 2. Those two gives me 4 plus 2. All of those mean the same thing. Because it's addition, the order in which we add does not matter. So we can actually take things and put them into 2 groups as long as the addition remains the same. And because we are doing the sum of, we are always doing addition. So that's legally allowed. So if we are adding 20 terms, right? We want 20 terms. Those 20 terms, if we split it into 2 groups, means I want 10 terms here and 10 terms there. And if it added up, they will then total 20 terms. So I want the sum to 10 terms of the first group, of the blue one, and I want the sum to 10 terms of the yellow one. If I add them up, they are then going to make a sum of 20 terms, mixed, right? So now I need to understand what kind of sequence or series do I have? What are our options? Our options are arithmetic, geometric, or quadratic. Those are our options. So let's see. For arithmetic, we know that D is equal to term 2 minus term 1, which is equal to term 3 minus term 2. Geometric is going to be R equals term 2 divided by term 1, which equals to term 3 divided by term 2. So before we continue, we're going to do quadratic. Quadratic, we know that we have 2a as the second difference. Let's check. So let's check our first one. Let's do this one in blue. So let's check our first blue section, and we're going to say, okay, first we're going to check, is it arithmetic? So we're going to say, is D equal to, so we're asking this question, 5 minus 1, and is that equal to 9 minus 5? So 5 minus 1 is 4, and that is equal to 9 minus 5, which is 4. Therefore, this is arithmetic. Okay, so I know the blue sequence is arithmetic. Since it's arithmetic, I now don't have to check if it's something else, because I know, yes, it is arithmetic. Now, please bear in mind that you have to do it twice. You have to do both sides. You cannot just do one. So it has to be this side and that side, and they must be equal to each other, because otherwise you don't know if it is actually arithmetic. Okay, now that we know it's arithmetic, we can use the SN formula for arithmetic, which is n over 2, square bracket 2a, open bracket, n minus 1 times d, right? No, it's plus that. And this is a square bracket at the end. Okay, so now we can substitute. We are doing SN, so S10, because we want 10 blue terms. And that is equal to 10 over 2, square bracket, 2 times a. A over here is term 1, which is 1, plus open bracket n, which is 10, minus 1 multiplied by d. And our d, we said d is equal to 4, multiplied by 4, close bracket, and close bracket. Now, calculator. So for this one, we want the calculator, and we are going to input 10 over 2, open bracket, 2, bracket 1, plus bracket 10 minus 1, close, open, 4, close, close, equals 190. So the sum of the 10 blue terms equals 190. Okay, happy with that. Let's do the next one, and we'll do that one in black. So now we're going to do the sum of the next, but in order to determine, okay, so process of elimination logic, if I'm telling you that we are doing mixed exercises and there are two categories, is it possible for both of them to be the same and it's still mixed? No, right? So because I've already got arithmetic, normally I would check arithmetic first, but it's mixed exercises or mixed series. So I'm not going to check arithmetic because I have arithmetic. So let's check geometric. So now what I'm going to do is say, is R equal to a quarter divided by a half? And is that equal to an eighth divided by a quarter? That's the question. So this means I'm saying a quarter multiplied by 2 over 1. And is that equal to an eighth multiplied by 4 over 1? So what do we do? You can do it the long way and say, okay, 2 goes into that twice and once, and 4 goes in here once, 4 goes in here twice. So I get 1 over 2 times 1 and 1 over 2 times 1, or I get an answer of a half equals a half. So yes, R equals a half. Or you can just input everything into the calculator. So you can actually input that in the calculator. Say a quarter, 1 over 4, divided by a half, and that gives you a half. 1 over 8 divided by a quarter, and that gives you a half. Whether you do it the long or the short, it really doesn't matter. So we have an answer. R is a half, and since R is a half, we know that this is geometric. Okay, now let's do the formula. The SN for geometric is a bracket. Now R is less than 1, which means 1 comes first. This is convergent. 1 minus Rn over 1 minus R. Okay, let's substitute. The S of 10 is equal to an A of a half, bracket 1 minus R is a half, in brackets, to the power of n, which is 10, close that bracket, divided by 1 minus a half. Now again, you can just pop that straight into your calculator as 10 is equal to. So let's go. We start with a bracket. No, with a bracket. Numerator is 1 over 2. open bracket, 1 minus, open bracket, 1 over 2, close bracket, exponent 10, close bracket, denominator 1 minus 1 over 2. Everything on the screen on the calculator is exactly the way it is printed on the paper, and that equals a fraction, right? So our fraction now ends up being 1023 divided by 1024. And if we do an SD over there, S10 is equal to 0,999. Wait, let's see. 0,999023. Okay, that's the 10. So 10 blue equals 190, and 10 yellow, if we do that, we say, okay, that's the blue series, arithmetic, and that's the yellow series, geometric. So let's add them up. We are now going to say the S10 of the geometric, which is 0,999023 dot dot dot, plus the S10 of the arithmetic, which is 190.00, and we will get an answer of 190,999023. That is S20 of the series. So 3 decimal places or 2 decimal places. So S20 here is 190,999 if that's 3 decimal places, or it will be 191,00 to 2 decimal places. But the question said to 4 decimal places, right? So if we go to 4, we're going to put that one there, and this is going to be our final answer. Okay, so this is how you do the mixed series of example 29A.